You are live. How's it going, guys? Edwin's about to jump in right now. We have been turning and burning, cranking and banking all day long. I've been out swinging a hammer. Actually, I haven't been swinging the hammer, but I have been supervising that. So what's up, Edwin? We're live. I just was telling them that we've been turning, burning, cranking, and banking all day. I really appreciate everyone joining us, no matter where you're joining us from. This is whether it be any one of our social platforms, over a dozen countries that we're in now. Yes, I'm bragging a little bit because I'm proud of what Guy and ER built. I'm proud of the fact that they have let us participate in that. I'm proud of our partnership. I'm grateful. And I just want to talk tonight a little bit about gratitude and attitude. I am very sincerely grateful to be here. And we have done a lot of hard work to get to this point. Guy and ER have been really putting a lot into it over the years. And what is about to happen and what's happening, what they're launching is really, really exciting. I was just on a dev call, Edwin, with their dev team, which is overseas, and Guy and ER, to hear them go through, how meticulous they are, how they look at all the things they look at and what they're trying to build and what they're taking feedback from the field, who are a lot of you guys on here right now. So I just want to make sure tonight that we show our gratitude. I know, Edwin, you and I definitely do that. And I'm grateful for you, E. I'm grateful to be on this call. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit about attitude, which is the game changer. Don't kid yourself. The struggle is real. Things always do not go right. Let me tell you something. Today, I reacted instead of responded in a couple of different areas. So it's not, you set people up to be successful, and sometimes they don't come through. We got to hold ourselves accountable, and it's okay to play a little upset. But Edwin, as we talk tonight, I know we're going to talk a little bit about gratitude, talk about attitude and the game changer, and how one little thing can make all the difference in the world and turn not just your day around, not your week or your month, but your year, your life. And you can stop this, man. You can stop the madness. You guys on this call tonight, I know we have 4 people on already that I can just see them on StreamYard, YouTube, and Facebook, everything else. That you can stop everything you have right now and turn it around. Remember, tonight, what I want you to do, what do we always talk about? Make it about who? You. Make it about you first. This is the few minutes of your day. Mindset of a champion. What we train. We're going to be able to take a deep breath. We're going to step back just for a second, shut out all the family, shut out all the business, and make this time right here about you. Because if you can do that and you can make yourself a little bit better, you can turn that attitude just a little bit more, you can change a lot of things, not just in your life, more importantly, in my opinion, in other lives. Because if you ever have a crappy day, if you're ever being down, you go help somebody else, and watch how that alone will turn you around. So, Edwin, as I say that and kind of set things up here, I know we're not going to spend a lot of time. We always say that we wind up always going 20 to 25 minutes. And I hope you guys will take the time to sit down, yoga, because you're better. Oh, man, my internet's freezing up bad. That ain't good for anybody.
Hey, Michael, I'm gonna jump in, man, while you're freezing up there just a little bit. Yeah, man. Let me just jump in. Michael's having a little bit of internet issues. Hey, guys, as he was sharing, man, make it about you. Tonight's theme is about attitude, and it's not just about any attitude. It's about having a positive attitude. Michael, you got me there? Can you hear me, buddy? All right, we'll get it, you. I see we're going live. We're still rolling. Hey, we're going to respond, not react to this, because you know what? We cannot control the internet, right? Yeah, we can hear you, but it's a little bit fuzzy. Hey, we can't control
Okay.
Yeah. We can't control things that go on beyond our control, right? Focus on what you can control. I wanted to read something with you guys tonight that I'm reading from a book called Seven Choices for Success and Significance. It goes right to attitude, it goes right to gratitude. It was written by an awesome guy. If you've never looked up this guy or learned anything about this guy, Nito Quabain, man, I want you, for our audience tonight, wherever you are, whatever platform you're listening to, I really want to encourage you to Google this name. I'm going to spell it for you because it's kind of a strange or different name. It's Nido, Nido Quabain, Qubein, Nido Quabain. Man, I want you to listen to his story because his story is your story. It's my story. It's the American story, right? It's why we live in the greatest country in the world. Because if someone will roll up their sleeves and they will go to work with purpose and passion and the right attitude, you can accomplish anything. We live in this entitled society now, right? But really, it's not about that. It's about rolling up your sleeve and going to work with the right attitude. And you guys, our audience, knows that better than anyone. Michael Ray Newman knows that better than anyone. What you can do, focus on what you can control. And you can control your approach, you can control your attitude, you can control your work ethic, and you can decide where you're going to place your energy. Hey, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Don't complain. Maya Angelou said that, man. You know, the first rule of developing a positive mental attitude is to, and you hear Michael talk about this a lot. I'm going to toss it back to you, Michael, because it looks like your internet signal's back, is to act positively and you will become positive. You can't think your way into acting positive, but you can act your way into thinking positive. You can't think your way into acting positive, but you can act your way into thinking positive. And Michael, I don't know anybody that represents that more than you do, brother, because you live that every day. It's not necessarily what you say, it's what you do that matters. So I'm going to mute myself and give you a chance to jump back.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the snag, guys, but I want to. You can control. That's what Edwin said. What can you control? You control your attitude. No matter how bad a day you're having, you can get out there and make it count, make it better. I make a lot of mistakes, and it's okay to play a little angry as long as you don't project that on anybody else. Attitude, effort, or skill. What's the most important thing? Well, of course, we're talking about attitude tonight, so you know it's attitude. Because what does attitude do? Well, attitude is a chemical release in your brain to have a good attitude, and it's not about having a positive attitude. I want you guys to understand that. Let's take a step back for a second. It's not about having a positive. All you need is a positive attitude, brother. If you had a positive attitude, you can do anything in the world. That is bull crap. It's about having the right attitude at the right time. And most of the time, it's an open attitude. Most of the time, it's a can-do attitude. Most of the time, it's a moving forward attitude. What can I do right now to make this situation better? Am I upset at this person? Is it the right thing for me to do to let them know that right now? There is a time and a place for that. And the 24-hour rule comes into play sometimes. But you have to have the right attitude in the right situation. And most of the time, it is a positive or a can-do or a move-forward attitude. If you can step back and, like, I was in college and it was lonely. Like a lot of us the first time. And we were having two-a-days. And it was right when football season was starting. And all of a sudden, I knew nobody. And all of a sudden, it started pouring a bunch of people in on campuses. The first week, the girls were there. So I had a choice. I felt lonely. I felt awkward. The first day girls there, I could sit back and I could be like shy, head down, black, or I can do what my dad always told me. He said, son, you hold the door open for all the girls. You be a gentleman. Why is that? Those girls that aren't even that pretty, they got pretty friends and they're always talking. But he also said, you control where you are. He said, you walk out with your head up and stay humble. That's what he said that was important. He said, you walk out the front door, head up and humble. That's what you do. So when I was there that week, and that first weekend, I had my head up. One of my best friends, who was the fastest dude on the team, I walked out one day and I was saying hi to people, and I was kind of had my head up, giving them the nod, doing the Michael Ray thing. Even though I felt insecure, I felt out of place, I felt awkward in that situation. You know what he told me months later? He said, I was talking to this girl, you walked out the door, you walked out of the dorm, hit the steps, and took off. And I happened to remember that. And he goes, I said, you know what, that guy right there, that's the guy you want to be friends with. So you don't know what people are saying. You don't stop creating the narrative in your brain. Stop listening to yourself when you get in that place of, oh, I'm too fat. Oh, I wish I was wearing this. Oh, there's a hole in it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm speaking to myself as much as I'm speaking to you. Remember, make tonight about you. It's simple. All the process, all the procedure, the trust, the pogo, the feed, amp, attitude, moment, all the things that we're talking about starts with one thing: attitude. Attitude. If you walk out the front door and you say, I want to suck, guess what? You are going to suck. You can walk out the front door and say, I'm having the best day ever, and guess what? The day might kick you right in the mouth. That still might happen. But you're more likely to be successful if you think about what's the most important thing: attitude, effort, or skill. Attitude gives you the ability. It sets your mindset right. Except the mindset of a champion is about attitude right there: attitude, effort, and skill. But if you don't have the right attitude, because the right attitude gives you the ability, it lets pressure go down, your openness, your confidence, your ability to be a listening leader, a tell me more kind of leader. That opens your brain if you have a good attitude. If you walk in, this person walks in again, you have your arms crossed, like, not again, this is going to suck. Guess what? It's going to suck. But if you walk in for a second and say, hey, listen to this guy. What's going on? I can make sure that he knows that I'm having a great day, even though you might not be having a great day. He's going to feel that vibe, and guess what's going to happen? Everybody's confidence is going to, the openness to learn, retention is going to go up. Effort is going to be better if you have a good attitude, which is going to let you do what? Develop the skill faster. That, Edwin, is, I mean, that right there is, I hope people understand how gold that is. That's gotten me through and helped me build successful businesses, design my life, not leave a legacy, live my legacy, build my family, and my kids are saying it now, which is probably the most rewarding thing.
Yeah, so well said, Michael, man. I want to share a really nice phrase with people tonight that I think really accentuates what you're talking about. And it's so important. It's if you go find a top performer, a top achiever, and they all have one thing in common, man. They come from all backgrounds. Michael and I have been able to experience this. We know people probably from almost every continent, right? Mm-hmm. Literally. Absolutely. Who have been very, very successful and or significant. We've been blessed to be able to be friends with them, learn from them, maybe pour into them. So that means all different colors, all different backgrounds, everything, right? Handicaps, all that, but they've achieved this. And here's the one thing that I think they all share. And they don't say it this way, but I want to give you this phrase tonight. And if you want this later, I can put it in the chat or whatever, but just think about this. Your walk talks and your talk talks, but your walk talks louder than your talk talks. Think about that for just a minute.
Hey, dude,
that's a mouthful, right?
You got to send me that.
Yeah, you guys want to hear it one more time because it's so significant, right? Your walk talks and your talk talks, but your walk talks louder than your talk talks. That's attitude in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. That's packaged right there, man, where it's and it permeates everything. It makes Michael said this already. It makes everything that you do better. People are attracted to that. It separates you, man. Michael and I coach and console with people, and complaining is not a strategy, guys. Complaining is not a strategy. The weather's bad. Interest rates are going up. Gas prices are going up. I'm like, yeah. Now, am I happy I got to pay more at the gas pump? No, of course not. But if I can't do anything about it, I can do something about my attitude. That's what we want. It's a real simple message tonight, guys, is you have a choice. You have a choice about how you perceive and how you approach and all of those things, right? Some later time, another night, I'll talk to him. Michael, you know this story for me to say from the stage. The flight I came into Dallas where the approach was a little, where I thought we were going to be a headliner on the news. You want to tell that one, man?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll give you.
Tell them what was on the stage. Tell them what was at stake. All the stuff. Tell them.
So I'm flying in, man. And for those of you who have done a lot of flying, right? Professional flyers like Michael and I, and probably many of you. And this is way before COVID, right? We just want to get on the plane and get where we're going, right? And you kind of look around at all the amateurs and don't have to put their bags up, and they're listening to the announcements. You should listen to the announcements. No, I'm not saying that. Those flight attendants, they're there for your safety, all right? But so I'm sitting there, man. I'm in first man's first class. I'm in poor man's first class where me and Michael like to hang out, right? Which is the exit row. We got plenty of room to stretch out because we're both big men, tall men. And the middle seat's open, and I'm going, they're about to close the door. I'm going, yeah, man. Middle seat's open. I'm stretching out. I got the flight to Dallas. It's all good. I'm going to get some work done. All of a sudden, I see this big dude coming down the aisle. He makes a beeline straight for me and sits right beside me. And he's big, man. And all of a sudden, my room went like this, right? We've all done that. But he was a professional traveler like me. We just, I let him in. We didn't say a word all the way to Dallas. He worked, I worked. The other guy did whatever he did. But right as we're landing, man, at DFW, if you guys have landed at Dallas-Fort Worth International, it's a big, massive airport, planes flying from all over the world. And I realized, man, hey, all of a sudden, because when you fly all the time, you don't really think about taking off and landing anymore, right? The novelty's gone. So, Michael, you've heard me tell this, man. And I look around and I go, whoa, we're coming in hot. Like, we're coming in faster. We must have gotten a tailwind all of a sudden. And, man, we came in, we hit that strip, boom, and that big old Airbus, man, it landed and it popped up in the air and it tried to hit again and it quivered to the left. And, man, I thought, we're going to be the lead story on the 6 o'clock news because there is going to be more airplane than there is runway here, right? Your approach is so critically important to what you're trying to accomplish. But talk about how attitude kicks in. Right when I thought we were going to crash, and I literally did think we were going to crash, that experienced pilot responded. He didn't react. He leaned into the process. That Michael and I talk about that a lot. He jammed that speed up, man, and that big old Airbus lifted off just as beautiful as it could be in the air. And once we kind of got up just enough to be stabilized, here's the attitude part. This professional pilot came in and he said, ladies and gentlemen, it's such a beautiful day. I thought you'd like to have an extra view of the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area. And, hey, man, so we were grateful. Our approach messed us up, but our attitude saved us. And let me tell you, my attitude and the guy beside me, we talked like two schoolgirls all the way back. I found out his entire life story. He said, man, I just got married. This is my last business trip. I'm about to go on my honeymoon. And we were buddies from there on in. So your attitude and your approach are so critically important. Michael, I struggle being funny, so I hope people found some humor in my near crash, my near-death experience.
It took a near-death experience for you to have that funniness. No, I don't think so. You know what's funny? To me, what's funny, what I love about that is that I've heard you tell that several times. It's every time I catch myself just cracking up at it because I was there the first time you told it. Edwin and I were just partnering up, actually. He was flying in to meet me. We were going out there. We were talking to all the Ziegler Legacy Certified Trainers, the Zig Ziglar company. We were talking to them, and we had done some partnering with those guys. So the first time he said it, and he said it perfect because Mr. Ziegler was definitely about attitude. That's one thing you can control, and that right there can drive you to be who you need to be. So, yeah, I apologize for the clunkiness earlier. I hope that you guys can hear me now. Hello, Kathy Inman. Always a great storyteller. Yes, Edwin is the master storyteller. Oh, guess what? Here's what happened, Edwin, in Texas. This is what's cool. You already know this, see? Yesterday, the governor lifted the mask ban, which was awesome. And I'm not kidding you. I copy and pasted and emailed Edwin, that the mask ban's lifted. They're going to be 100% open now. And not even an hour after that, this is what's really cool. Not an hour after that, we got a call from one of our big customers here in Texas and said, I've got a room full of people I need to send to you and do some of your trust process sales training in person in Texas, in Dallas. When can you be there? What happens to be that next week, Thursday, Friday, Edwin and I are going to be here doing a live virtual training. So we'll be in studio live, going all across, broadcast across the nation to this company who's having a big virtual event. So what we've done is we set it up Thursday evening of this next week and Friday, and we've got like 4 spots open. So if anybody wants to come to Dallas or in Dallas and wants to come to our sales training, which I'm going to tell you something right now, it is second to none, and it is amazing. And Edwin is just, you've only really get to see this much of him. But we're going to have a room full of people, And we've got like 4 spots available on a Friday afternoon, or Thursday afternoon and Friday afternoon if you guys want to come see us in person. So that's not for the public consumption. That's just for you guys. And if you're in Dallas, Texas, or you can hop on a plane and come see us, and Edwin will buy you a cold beer at the end of the day, maybe. So, hey, guys, I just want you guys to know it's about your attitude. There's only one person that can change your life, and that's you. If you ever want to go out and have a fantastic day, have a good attitude, help somebody. I don't care if you're fighting with your spouse, fighting with your kids, your job sucks. I mean, it's amazing what can happen in a day, what can happen in a moment, what can happen in a moment. Think about that. What can happen in a moment? Your life can change. If you got momentum, you're already doing good, make sure you pay it back. If you don't have it and you need to start over, put your win list. What's important now together and take action. Work within that. Those little bitty steps when you have your head down and looking to that win list, which is what you need to do, block out the outside world, start taking that step. Work off that win list. I want to tell you something. The last 18 months, I have been drinking my own Kool-Aid, and I have been walking off that win list. I look today, I got a big, huge whiteboard right here, and I was looking. I have a different anxiety. I have positive problems now with what I have on this board when I was looking at it 18 months ago in a construction company that had 0 going on. Today, we've got 40 bids. We've got countless number of jobs. We've got money, and I'm just trying to navigate it. And I think to myself, and I step back and I'll be a little proud that 18 months ago, some of you guys know my personal story. It was devastating in this place and with family and personally. Today, I got a positive problem. I choose to have this kind of attitude, and it still gets to me, and I still probably bite some heads off, but I have the right kind of attitude is always moving forward, always solution-driven attitude. What's next? What can we do? And here's what I'm going to do is go as far as I can see. Well, what the people who work for you, they're going to say, what's the answer, though? I don't know what the answer is. Well, the answer is we're going to do this. It goes as far as we can see. The answer is we have a step forward. The answer is we're going to try this and then do that and then back up and reevaluate and iterate and do it over again. That's the answer, guys. The answer's in front of you. The reality is, like our good buddy Bob Bodine says, you know everything, everybody you need to know right now to get everything done in your entire life. You already know it, guys. You've been prepared for this your whole entire life. And the ones that aren't prepared, the ones that are still learning, that's the plan. The plan is in place. All you have to do is work it. You got to plan your work your plan over and over and over again. And don't do this. This is what I have a problem with people that say, I prayed about it. I was saved when I was 10 years old. I've been a sinner and I've followed the Lord. And I'm, spiritually, I'm stronger than I have been in my whole entire life. But I want you guys to understand this. This is what I believe. And now I can't quote a lot of scripture, but I got the ones that I love, and I'm immersed in it every day trying to learn. I don't understand it, but I go as far as I can see. And when I get there, I'll be able to see further. But I pray about it, and then I take action. I want you to keep the faith, and I want you to compete. When you leave here tonight, I want you to keep the faith, and I want you to compete. So pray about it. Listen to God. What's the plan? But the whole time, you got to be writing your plan down, because there's been many times. I know, God, I know you said that, but here's what I'm going to do because I can't hear you. So I do it, and guess what he does? Oh, whoa. I need you. Whoa. Oh, whoa. So, but he doesn't have to pick me up and push me. He's got to pull me back. He's got to control me. He's got to guide me. That's what you have to do, guys. If you have no idea where to go, call me. Reach out. We're going to take action together. Guy and Yar have invested into this group a lot of money, a lot of sweat equity. And there's nobody, and here's the goal. You match my effort, you outwork me, which you can't. You can't out-prepare Edwin. So what's all we're asking? Match our effort. Take your skill set, have the right kind of attitude, and you'll be able to give the effort to develop a better skill set because we're going to help you. Hey, I hope everybody's okay tonight. I hope you're having as much fun as I am. Working, competing, having fun. Attitude, effort, or skill. It's the attitude, brother. Hey, I love you, man. I look forward to see Edwin's going to be here next week, right?
Hey, man, I can't wait to come back deep in the heart of Texas. I'll be here. Thanks to American Airlines, I'll be flying in there next week, man. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Michael. I love you too, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Call me if you need me.